After years and years and years and years of waiting, we finally have the Sonic movie! Hooray! We finally have it. I've seen it, a bunch of people have seen it, and now you get to listen to a grown man talk about a kid's movie for the next 20 or so minutes, or however long this video lasts. Was it good? Was it bad? Well, whatever I've titled this video, it probably insinuates that it was good, because it was indeed good. It was a good, solid movie, and I'm gonna explain why I think that is. I wonder how unique any of these opinions are going to be, but before we get started, I am a die-hard Sonic fan. I would definitely call myself a die-hard Sonic fan. I really love the games and the characters in the world. I've been with the franchise not as long as everyone else, but long enough I feel like as to call myself a Sonic fan, to say the least. I'm literally wearing Green Hill Zone for crying out loud. Look at that. I was really nervous for the movie. I was nervous, I was excited. Obviously when the first trailers came out, it was that hideous design. I wasn't so positive, but I still believed that the movie was going to be alright. I was not 100% crapping on the movie the moment it got revealed. I was sort of leaning towards it possibly being decent. Then we got the second trailer, the new design, and my hopes were a bit more up. I was a bit more excited for it, and ever since then, it's been nothing but really an uphill climb of my excitement towards the movie. When the movie week, the week the launch of the movie came out, I was pretty hyped. I was actually really excited. Seeing Sonic on the big screen again, being that full front and center, having that full publicity, got me really excited and hyped to see Sonic in the spotlight again. I hadn't seen it really at all, and to see this actually happen instead of being completely irrelevant as it feels like he's been for the past few years, I would argue the past decade, it felt fantastic. I could not be any more excited. Even if the movie didn't turn out that great, just having that experience in the cinema was really exciting, and it was really exciting to me personally as a Sonic fan. It felt like a movie that they truly cared about, because spoilers, it wasn't the greatest movie ever. Of course it wasn't. It's Sonic the Hedgehog, it's a video game movie. What did you expect? But at the same time, it felt like they tried. It didn't feel like a cash-in. It didn't feel like they just threw this random crap together, hoped that it would work, and that was it. No, it felt like they were still trying to tell a story with these characters, Sonic and Tom and Robotnik. It still felt like there was some cohesion there, some actual development, character development, and a focused plot. There were some plot threads that maybe got thrown to the side, but it wasn't really that noticeable for me. I had to think about it afterwards. I was like, oh yeah, what the hell happened with that? And I suppose I'll get that out of the way soon enough. But I really just want to hone in on what I really liked about the movie. That's what you're all here for. What did I like about the movie? Personally, I liked Sonic. Big shocker, right? I liked Sonic in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I loved Sonic. I think his attitude was fantastic. It was on the money, exactly what I want from Sonic. It's exactly how I think Sonic should be characterized. He was this humble creature. He's still got that cocky attitude, he's still snarky, but at the same time, he cares about people, he cares about other animals, and he admires them. So he's running away from his home world. We don't actually get a name for it. It's not technically Green Hill. I don't think they ever said that. But he goes to the town of Green Hills, and he stayed there, and he's looked after and seen all of these people, interacting with them, messing with that crazy dude who drew the picture of Sonic. It was cool. He admired Tom, and that's why he ran to Tom's shed. It wasn't just this random coincidence. He admired Tom. That's how they met. I like that. I think that shows I just think it's a really good character development and a character arc for Sonic personally. It makes him a lot more relatable to the kids watching the movie. That, yeah, Sonic needs friends as well. He also cares about other people. He isn't just a complete egomaniacal asshole as he is in the modern games. No, he cares about people, guys. He likes taking care of other people. He likes talking to other people, interacting with them, but he's still cool, and you can still be cool doing that. You can be kind, and you can be cool. It's perfect. I think I'm going to say it right now. No, I'm actually going to save that later on because that's quite the jump. So Sonic's characterization was very cool. His action scenes were badass. He did some really cool moves. The car chase section, the running down the building, pushing Tom and his wife off of the building, and running down the building, throwing the ring, getting them in Green Hills, that farm. That was cool. That was a bloody badass. I love that shit so much. I loved the bar scene. Oh my god, that was my favorite thing in the whole movie, I'm pretty sure. So he basically did the Quicksilver thing, as everyone said, and he pauses time, like he does in that one scene on the building. He did that, but in the bar, and it played this really weird music, and it was really badass. I really dug it, and it was fun. It was just plain old fun. It showed a really cool side to Sonic. I liked that the movie was, while it was still trying to set up Sonic and Robotnik and their rivalry, it also felt really personal to Sonic, and he had his own little bucket list of things he wanted to do before leaving Earth. That was really cool. That felt like there was a connection there between the viewer and Sonic, and it was giving out good messages, and I really like that stuff. I really like it when they make Sonic this relatable character, rather than someone who just thinks he's the best thing alive, and that he doesn't need anyone else, and that he's just so annoying. In this movie, he's perfect. Ben Schwartz, perfect. I'm down, 100% down. If they get these dudes for the games, I am down. Please, I want it. If it doesn't happen, I'll be really sad, but I am absolutely digging it, and I really, really want it. I really like the character of Sonic. I think this is exactly what he should be. In terms of characterization for Sonic, this is the best. I'm putting it down, I'm saying it. This was the best characterization for Sonic out of any media. This is it. This is, to me, what Sonic should be. That's exactly the character I want. 100%. Sure, there was that one part in the middle of the movie where he kind of just twisted and was like angry at Tom. I can still sort of understand it. It just felt a bit out of the blue, but you can get it. You can understand it. Sonic being known for loving the town of Green Hills. He likes feeling at home. He likes being connected to people. To see Tom wanting to leave that, it does make sense. I just think if they built it up a tiny bit more earlier in the movie, it wouldn't have felt like it just snapped out and came out of the blue from nowhere. But it made sense, and they didn't do that stupid Alvin and the Chipmunks bullshit where they had Sonic and Tom separate for half the movie and then realized, oh wait, we actually do like each other, let's come back. No, they actually avoided that bullshit. Thank God. That was my one big worry with this movie, was that it was just going to be Alvin and the Chipmunks Sonic edition, and it wasn't. So thank you, Jeff Fowler, for not screwing that up. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I liked the rings thing. The rings thing was badass. You throw the ring, it's a portal. That's cool. It takes the idea of the special stages from Sonic 1 and it just turns it into an actual plot device. That's not bad, and it felt mystical. It felt like it had lore to it, and I loved the first 10 minutes as well. The first 10 minutes of the movie were by far my favorite part of the movie. Sonic is on his home world. He's being mentored and taught by a Longclaw. That is so cool. A new character who apparently is a reference to something, and if they are, I'm so sorry. I don't get it. And it was so cool. He has to protect his powers, and then the Echidna tribe, like there's Echidnas, are coming after him, and Longclaw sends him to Earth, and then Longclaw seemingly died. And it was bloody, like holy shit. I didn't expect anything like that in the movie. So to have this new lore for Sonic is really cool. It doesn't have to be one for one with the games. I like if they try and go for their unique take on it, if it works, and I do believe this easily works. Baby Sonic wasn't annoying. I thought Baby Sonic was going to be really, really annoying and irritating. He wasn't. He was barely in it, and he seemed alright. He was cocky. Obviously, he's a baby. He's not going to know any better. I understand. I understood it. It was really sad when him and Longclaw separated. It was just sad. It was so sad, and it built up. It told you about Sonic's character. Now, he cares about people. I do think, and this is actually my first critique, that they told the audience too much that Sonic doesn't have friends, Sonic is alone, just a bit too many times, because you can still show that without words. Like when he's playing baseball with himself, they could have just made Sonic look down, look across from the pitch, and he doesn't see anyone, and he feels down because he feels like he's alone. But he literally says to himself, I don't have any friends, or something like that. And I feel like that's just too on the nose, and it's forcing that message a bit too much onto the viewers. But in terms of that plot, that's really my only complaint, and I can look past it because they got his characterization so damn right. Like, they got it so spot on perfect that I do not want to see any other Sonic other than this Sonic now in the games, and that's not going to happen, which is going to make me really sad. So that's my main... I wouldn't call it a nitpick, but I also wouldn't call it something that really brings down the movie whatsoever. It didn't really affect me that much. I forgot about it. Like, later on in the movie, I was like, I don't really mind. And the bar scene, I liked the bucket list thing. I thought that was really sweet. I thought that made Sonic look like a more relatable person, even though he's not person, he's a goddamn hedgehog that runs at super speed. It's cool. It's really cool. It really gives the kids the right message. I know the movie is a kids movie, but just seeing that is just so cool, and Sonic being brought up to a new audience. And if this is the Sonic people can grow up with, this Sonic right here, not bloody hahaha BBBE best boss beating ever crap, then holy shit, that's perfect. That's perfect. This could be some kids' first ever Sonic related thing they've ever seen, and they might bloody love it. And this is what they'll remember. This is what they'll fondly remember. That's fantastic. I love that. I've talked about Sonic for quite a while, haven't I? Let's talk about someone else. I will talk about Robotnik, Jim Carrey, and he was pretty good. Honestly, I did expect him to be a bit better, because people were saying before I watched the movie that he was by far the best part of the movie. I disagree. I thought Sonic was the best part of the movie. I enjoyed seeing Sonic the most. But Jim Carrey as Robotnik was still pretty good, putting a good performance. There is one character trait that I feel like they pushed a bit too much, and it was the whole I'm better than everyone else thing. I think they did that a bit too many times, that it just made the character seem a bit one-dimensional. But again, I didn't really mind because I did enjoy the portrayal of the character quite a bit. I don't really have too much to say, because if there was one thing that I didn't like about the movie the most, it was that Sonic and Robotnik didn't have enough time to interact with each other. They didn't get too much chemistry, like that love-hate relationship thing, or whatever they want to pull off in the movie. We never got a lot of that, and I get it. Obviously, it's the first movie, and they were setting up Sonic. They want to focus on Sonic more, and I can't really fault them for that. But I just kind of wish maybe make the movie a bit longer and have more scenes with Sonic and Robotnik to build that relationship. That would have been more interesting to me. But again, it's understandable. Any complaint I feel like I have in the movie is for the most part understandable. I get it. So I'm not too frustrated by it. And that's just the main thing. I'm not too frustrated by this movie at all. I was asked by my friends what was the worst scene in the movie, and it's really hard to think of. It's really hard to think of a scene in this movie that was strictly bad. Something that was actually just, this was horrible. The only thing I didn't like was when Sonic flossed. That was really cringe. He did it twice. I thought that was incredibly cringe. But it was just a 2-second thing. It's not really something that you can... I would call that a nitpick. That is what I would call a nitpick. And when I'm getting to the point where I'm nitpicking, then I think the movie's done a damn good job. I can think of more scenes I liked than scenes I did not like, and I love them. Like I said, the first 10 minutes of Sonic being established in Green Hills and running with the turtle was adorable, and messing with that dude was funny, and him watching the movies but outside the window was sweet, and just building that, admiring the baseball players in the baseball game and then going to play himself was really cool. And honestly, in the trailers where he does the armpit thing, I thought it was a bit cringe in the trailer, but in the movie it doesn't feel like it, because not only did they have really good music in the background as well, it had like really warm, heartwarming, uplifting type music. It never cut music, and there was also a scene in between then where Sonic was like pulling on bubblegum, so it didn't feel cringe at all. I was really happy with that. And there are some scenes in the trailer that maybe got pulled off a bit better than the movie. The one that comes to mind is the rubber band ball scene, where he's got that tennis racket thing and he's hitting the ball. For some reason, the trailer cuts it where it's funnier than what happens in the movie. In the movie, there's extra lines, and it just doesn't make it flow as well. It's either that, or I'm just so used to the trailer that it felt off seeing something different. But for now, I am going to say maybe a few scenes were better in the trailer, but maybe a few scenes were better in the movie than the trailer. So it's really 50-50 there. So I guess I don't know. I just really can't complain with that. I saw no sight of the Chaos Emeralds, which is something I thought Jeff Fowler had mentioned. I didn't see them. If they were in the movie, I'm so sorry. I'm completely blind. I did not see the Chaos Emeralds. I don't really care. Seriously, I don't really care about the Chaos Emeralds. They don't have to be in the movie. I just wanted Sonic to be a good character. My main thing going into this movie was that Sonic was going to be a well-established, good, and likable, and relatable character. And guess what? He was. They got him right. Oh my god, I haven't even mentioned James Marsden as Tom the Cop. He was alright, and his acting wasn't bad. I'm going to make a video about this later on. But with movies like Detective Pikachu, I thought the acting was really, really shoddy. And it wasn't really the acting itself, it was the way it was directed. As if they were talking to kids, as if it was in some sort of play. That's the vibe I got off, and it made it feel really condescending and looked down upon. And it just felt like the characters were completely unreal, unbelievable, and I couldn't connect to any of them. So I didn't really care about what would happen to them in the movie. And it destroyed the entire chemistry between Pikachu and Tim in that movie. I didn't like it. I was really scared that this movie was going to fall for the same trap where the characters don't act like real people, like real human beings that talk and everything. But they did. They did, and that already made it better for me. I really did not like Detective Pikachu, but like I said, that's a separate video. Point is, the acting was good. I liked that Sonic was given his shoes by a little girl rather than him just automatically having it. It's again adding to the relatability factor. It's good. They really did get it. I would not be surprised if most of the script was focused on how the hell do we get Sonic right? What do we do to not screw Sonic the Hedgehog up as a character? You do this, and you do this, and you do this, and you make him do this, and there you go. Good character. And they did it. Fantastic. Makes me really happy to be a fan. I watched the movie in the cinema, and I did not feel upset. I didn't feel embarrassed. I felt like, wow, this is pretty cool. I'm representing. This is badass. And I guess let's talk about spoilers. So, big fat spoiler warning right here. You've been warned. Tails was in the movie at the last second. I think I already knew this because some people said on Twitter something about my video. I made a video saying Tails in the movie, blah, 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 blah. It was a really bad clickbait video. But guess what? Tails was in the movie for the last scene. And, oh no, see, this is why I get hate. I don't like the voice of Tails. I don't like it at all. And I think it's just because the way they've characterized Tails in the recent games, I now just associate the voice with the terrible character, and it makes me hate the voice. So to hear what sounded like the same voice in the movie, I was not a fan. In fact, I really, really disliked it. But the design looks really cool, and I'm totally up for a second movie. Let's hope this one performs well, because right now I think it is. Let's hope, because they definitely deserve it. And that is what makes me happy. I'm going to give the movie a rating of 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 seems fair. 6 feels a bit too low, but 7 seems a bit too high. 6.5, it's nice middle ground. It was good. And I said on Twitter that it was fucking awesome. And what I mean by that, because I do believe that. I believe as a Sonic movie, it was fucking awesome. It was cool. They got Sonic right. There was an actual coherent plot. They made Sonic relatable. It didn't just feel like dead water. It felt like an actual movie with Sonic. Because if you don't like Sonic, for example, if you do not care about Sonic the Hedgehog and you go watch this movie, then I don't think the movie's that great. You wouldn't like it. And that's why I gave it a 6.5 as a movie on its own. As a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, to me, I liked it a lot more than someone who does not like Sonic, is not familiar with the character. If you are familiar with the character and you dig what he does and you want to just see scenes of Sonic being cool, but also Sonic being a real character, then I think this movie definitely delivers. On that front, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. It's got some cool lore and everything. Because people wouldn't know this if they didn't know Sonic before. They would just take this as what the movie was telling them. Whereas if you're a Sonic fan, you're going to see all these different takes on what they've done with Sonic. And you're either going to be like, that is really badass, or you don't like this because da-da-da-da. And as for me, I really liked it. I really liked what they've done. And I feel like Sonic's past is something they could so explore even more in a sequel. It's really cool. I really liked the beginning, but yeah, it was the first 10 minutes and it was the bar scene is what I think got me. And I was like, yep, you know what? This movie's awesome. This movie was badass. That is what got me right there. It was really cool. And Tom's wife, I can't even remember her name, was alright, I guess. The human character, honestly, I didn't really care about Tom or her. I cared about Sonic, and I cared about their dynamic, but I didn't really care about the character specifically. And luckily, they don't really focus on them a lot, so that's good for us. Or at least it's good for me, because I prefer when they make a Sonic movie that they focus on Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedge. And in our cinema, what was so funny is that everybody fucking cheered for Tails at the end. Everybody stood up, clapped, and everything. It was badass, and I was right there with them. We all cheered for Tails at the end. It was really cool. I knew it was coming. I'm pretty confident that I knew it was coming. I knew something was coming, and I'm pretty sure I knew it was Tails. So we all clapped, and it was so cool, and it was a good end. The cinema we had was completely packed as well. It was completely full. Which is fantastic. I want to see this movie succeed. I'm definitely going to see it again. I want to support the movie. I think they deserve my money. I think they worked hard on the movie. Despite the delay on the design, even without that, I still reckon they tried. Obviously, the first design is a bit of a joke, but at the same time, other than the design, they really did get Sonic right. The first time around, like they did. Unless, when they delayed it, they had to like change stuff with the script and everything. It's very possible, but yeah, it was good. It was a good movie, and my friends agree. A lot of people agree, and what makes me happy is that I haven't seen anyone say that it's bad. I've not seen a single person saying that the movie sucks. And then I just realized we live in a world where a live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie was not bad. Wow. The movie everybody claimed this was going to suck because it was live-action was suddenly not bad, and in fact was good. And in fact, for the more hardcore Sonic fans, some people actually loved the movie. That is awesome. That is what I want to see. And with this, Sonic can actually come back. Sonic can actually come back. Seriously, this is it. Sonic's potential can be reached, and that is amazing. I want to see people running around and admiring Sonic and talking about how much they love Sonic. That's what I want to see. When we start seeing that, that's when I'm going to be truly happy. That's just, I just want Sega to come back. Seeing their logo at the beginning and them showing all their different games and everything felt so heartwarming, and like they actually tried and that they actually cared and they felt established and they were like, yeah, we're Sega, bitch. Look what we've made. Now enjoy our goddamn movie we spent time and money on. Please. That's what it felt like. It's like when they put the Sega Proudly Presents thing in the Sonic Mania trailers. That's what it felt like here. That's exactly the feeling I got. But on a much bigger scale, because this is a whole goddamn movie. That's just what I got. That's the sense I got, and I felt really, really heartwarmed to be in that cinema watching it. Really did. So I'm happy. I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy, actually. Obviously, there's plot elements, plot flaws. Like Tom, for example, was on the news for being like a criminal or something, and they kind of just dropped that halfway through. Some of the product placement, like the Olive Garden thing, but like it didn't affect me. I literally forgot about it the moment it happened. Like, I'm not saying it's not worth critiquing. Of course it is. Anything is. But to me personally, I just did not care. I was too invested in the story of Sonic that I did not care. And that sounds really blind of me, to be fair. That sounds really blind. I'm not usually like this. If you're new to the channel, I'm usually super critical of everything. Literally everything. I'm very critical, but for this movie, I'm just happy that it's good. Seriously, I know there's a thing with standards, and like maybe someone's standards should be high, but at the same time, I thought the movie was like not bad. I thought it wasn't. It was okay. I thought it was pretty good. Like I thought it was flat out good. So I don't really have a lot to complain about on that front. Man, this video's gone on for ages. I didn't expect this, but Sonic movie, I recommend it. If you've not seen it yet, I recommend it. Absolutely. If you're a Sonic fan, I recommend it. If you grew up with Sonic, I recommend it. If you're not a Sonic fan at all, and you don't like Sonic, then obviously this movie is not going to change your mind. But if you are curious, and you like Sonic, then watch the movie, is what I would say. going with an open mind with the fact that it is for kids. Obviously, it is a kids movie, but you can still enjoy it depending on what you're looking for. If you just like Sonic and you want to see Sonic being cool, then this movie's awesome. This movie's great. You really do get that feel of Sonic, 100%. So yeah, that's my recommendation right there. Watch it. Actually watch it. Seriously, watch the movie. I could not be any happier. Seriously. Feels good, man. It really feels good.